Welcome, Lego fans. Hope everyone is doing well today. Thanks for taking me along. My name is Andy, and welcome to my channel. Let's talk about Lego. And today I hope to accomplish a few things if we get time, but I think we will. First of all, I appreciate all of your suggestions and your opinions and your comments in the last video about what we should do to the motel roof, what we should do with the train station, and all that stuff. So that is very much appreciated. And I'm going to take one of those suggestions right now, and that was to put a sign on top of the motel stating that it's a motel. So I think I could put that together. Unfortunately, the only color I have that I would have enough parts in to actually spell the motel word would be probably light gray. And I'm thinking about putting it on a white background, a white plate, so it's contrasting a little bit. So let me try to get something together and see what I can come up with. Stand by. All right, guys, what do you think? What do you think of my motel sign? I don't know. It's a motel sign. I had problems doing the E there because I couldn't because it's only 4 studs tall. I couldn't put 3 straight 1x2s with a stud in between. So I had to put that little corner round on there. I hope that makes it look like an E. I don't know. I guess from a distance it kind of looks like an E. And then you see the way I did the M. So yeah. Not a hard word to spell, I mean, in Lego, I guess. But that, like I said, light gray was the only one that had all the parts to do it in. I used snot bricks on the back of it to hold the plate to the here, obviously. And then these tall 1x2x5 pieces to hold it up. Do you think that fulfills the roof? Makes the roof not look so plain? I almost think it should have a motel sign separately, like a sign or something. I don't know. But it definitely does add to the structure, so it doesn't look so plain on top. But even then, I think it still needs something else. Probably a perimeter brick around the edge. That might help. And then maybe a bird's nest on top somewhere. Couple of those or something. Let's try some more little details and see what I can come up with. Right. So what do you think? I added a bird's nest with a little bluebird, a satellite dish, one of those little round pieces there, round piece over there. I added some minifigs. Got a girl walking up there on the back balcony. Guy right down there at the vending machine, and a guy there with his dog. So overall, what do you think of my motel now? Do you think it needs even more details? What else could I add to it? Let me know in the comments. But I think for right now, we're going to set it aside and call it pretty much done. I did add the perimeter brick too, as you can see, and I tiled it off with gray. So, yeah. The next thing I want to do, first thing I want to do next is get this desk cleared off and get all these parts put away because they're a mess. And the floor, well, I cleaned it up a little bit, but I still got tiles and stuff here on the floor I got to get rid of. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit, get this motel moved out of the way, and then I think we're going to start working on the other train station, the one that needs to be rebuilt, redesigned and rebuilt. I think we're going to start working on it, because we can't do anything else to the other station that we were working on because I don't have the parts yet. I actually just ordered those, matter of fact. The arches and the 1x16s needed to go across the arch and stuff like that. And another parts order that I need. Once we get those, then we can start. We'll add that front wall. We'll possibly add some more. Well, we'll definitely add some more details on the inside, including that piece over there, and some minifigs and whatever, what have you. So we'll do that at a later date. But right now, let's get this cleaned up and let's work on the other station. Stand by. Okay, so here is the old train station that's elevated. So what I want to do with this is a lot. You can tell it's similarly built like the new one, but not, but still yet different. I only used 2 supports for the roof instead of 3. The roof is obviously square, doesn't have any rounded pieces on it. I think it, I think it's the same amount of windows though. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to change the theme from all just light gray to light gray, white, and dark blue or earth blue to be the theme on this train station. And I suppose I will keep the arches like that. And I don't know if I want to keep the uh, masonry bricks for the supports or swap them out for those column pieces that I used on the other one. I don't know. But one thing I want to do is make it wider. I want to widen it all the way out to the edge here, I think. Yeah, I think I can do that. I want to widen it, and I also have to lower it because it's not even with the raised line. And then I have to make this the bottom as a train station too, because that's going to be for the ground line. So I'm going to have to make a lot of changes on this guy. And then, of course, I'm going to build walls like I did on the other one instead of just fences. So I like how I did this stairway though um, with this piece right here going all the way out to there, and then yeah, I think that looks pretty good. But it's all gonna change, and then we're gonna have to make a bridge to the parking garage as well. We got a couple minifigs down here, a hot dog stand, some trees and leaves. There's a Lego City train map there, and some benches. So I think it's going to come down to just tearing this thing down completely and rebuilding it, because I don't know what part I would really want to salvage other than using the arches, and that's about it. I mean, it's got to be wider, it's got to be lower. Yeah, so let me start tearing some of this down and get some measurements from the raised line over there and see where we need to be. Basically the same height as the other one, obviously. Let's get it. Let's do it. Stand by. All right, so I got it basically down to its bare bones structure here. And I just counted the bricks on the other station. It's 15 bricks from the mill's plate to the top. This is 18 bricks from the mill's plate to the top. So I got to lower it by 3 bricks. And then the other thing about making it wider, I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I don't have anything, obviously don't have anything longer than 16, and I've already got these 1x16s on these arches to make it even wider, to make it 20 wide instead of 8 or 16. So how could I possibly make it any wider than that? Unless I put together Technic beams like I did here and stretch those out longer. That's a possibility. Yeah, maybe I'll try that. And because I'd like to run it from where it's at clear over to the edge here, but we'll have to see. Let's see what I can get done here. Yeah. So let me see what I can get done, and we'll come right back. Okay, so this is what I came up with so far, and I'm unsure whether this is going to work or not because of these beams aren't the strongest, with only being held together with 2 Technic pins, overlapping by 4 studs. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, once you put the plate on top and everything and strengthen it up with that, it might be okay. But and you could connect the plate together in and of itself as well, because that would help strengthen it up too. I think I might try and pull it off this way. I mean, I would add another Technic beam in here to strengthen it up, but I don't have any beams that are that long. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't have any 12 stud Technic beam. Well, I guess I could just put in a regular beam, but then I couldn't connect it with a pin. That wouldn't work. I don't think I have any 12 stud Technic beams. Yeah, I think 16s are the only ones I have, unfortunately, so I can't do anything about that. Well, then again, it's going to look ugly with those Technic pins on the outside edge here. So, I don't know. I'd like to have it this wide, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because I don't want that Technic beam showing on the outside. Plus, they're not that strong. They're a little rickety. I may have to make it a little bit narrower. Not completely as narrow as it was before. Well, actually, I might have to make it just as narrow as it was before if I don't want the Technic pin showing on the outside. Because, I mean, I could put it together. I could make it a little bit more narrow and then still use the Technic pins together like this just to overlap more. But then they'd still be showing on the outside of the station. I don't know how to cover them up. Yeah, I'm not sure how I would cover them up if I did something like that. And then the only other way to do it is to put a regular 1x16 on the outside, but then how would you connect it to another one to run this distance? Yeah, I don't think that would work out too well. Yeah, if you have any suggestions, I suppose, go ahead and put them in the comments. I can always come back and change something later if you got something that you think would work to make it this wide. But I'm thinking I'm gonna have to change it back to basically the width that it was, because I don't want Technic pins showing on the outside of the station. So let me know what your opinion is, and we'll go from there. But let me do a little bit more tinkering around here, and I'll see what I can't come up with, and yeah. And I've come up with a solution. I'm going to put another beam in the middle, so I can have it this wide, run regular 1x16s instead of Technic 1x16s. And it'll be supported in the middle. So what do you think of my solution, guys? So I'm going to run these all the way across and then see what that looks like. And then, of course, we'll put the plate on top. I hate the fact that I'm using green plate on the bottom because this is probably going to get all tiled off. I should replace it with gray plate or something, but I don't think I have enough gray plate to replace all 9 of those. This is a 48 plate after all. With it being this wide, my roof is going to be huge. Do you think should I make it skinnier, not as wide? Because remember the roof has to overhang and everything. You see how big the roof was on the other train station. If it's going to hang over this one, it's going to be huge. I don't know, man. I might have to scale this thing down a little bit. Well, really, the only choice I have is either 1x16 width or 2. I can't, there's nothing, well, I guess I could use some 1x12s and make it a little bit shorter. Yeah, I could do that. A double 1x12 would be 24 studs wide. Actually, it'd be 28 studs wide because you got these pieces here that makes extra 2 studs. So that would be, this is 32 plus 2, 4, 30, it's 36 studs wide right now. Yeah, why don't we scale it down to 28 studs wide? and then we'll go from there. Okay, folks, so we got it lowered and we've got it down to 28 studs wide with two 1x12s supporting beams. I just got to add the middle beams for all the rest of the four beams going across to support the middle. And then I should be able to plate it and, you know, start on the roof and everything and do everything like we did on the other station. But I mean, they're still close enough together that we can still put the arches on. That's cool. And then it'll just look like this on the edge here. Just like it did before, except for it's got the beam in the middle. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I think we're going to wrap it up right here because the video is getting long enough. And we'll come back next time and plate it and, you know, do some finishing touches on the structure, get it plated off, and then start working on the top. I think I'm going to tile it off in dark or earth blue and gray, or earth blue and white, one of those two. I can't think of which one I want to use right now. Probably white, I would think. That probably would look better than gray. And then we'll start working on, you know, start building the roof and everything. The roof is still going to be pretty big to cover this thing, you know, on an angle and overhanging on each side, but that should be okay. We'll get it done. All right, guys, until next time, thanks for taking me along. I do really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, and remember to keep imagining, keep creating, and keep building. I'll talk to you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.